let us be aware that while they preach the supremacy of the state, declare its omnipotence over individual man, and predict its eventual domination of all peoples on the earth, they are the focus of evil in the modern world.
We're all living in America.
We will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
America will find you, and we will bring you to justice.
We came, we saw, we died.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is October 20th, 2023. It has been a little while since the last time I've spoken. Sorry about that. Took a little month off. Had to do a little bit of soul searching. You know, had to find that spark in my soul, in my spirit. So I decided to take a trip back to the motherland. I went back to America, to where the sun goes to sleep every night. I went to California, a little bit of Californication. Went to Los Angeles, went to San Francisco, went to Nevada, went to Arizona, went damn near to Mexico, went to San Diego, and I'm gonna do some episodes about each individual little trip that I did and the things I saw, the people I spoke with, the fun that I had, the memories that came up, shit like that. But it was great. It was great going back. I haven't been back to America in a little while. I don't go back often. Maybe every couple of years I'll go back for a week or two. But this was a trip that was much needed, like I said, for the spirit, for the soul. And it did me very well. I came back with a little bit of sunburn on my forehead, so that was kind of nice. I took a little road trip around the desert in a nice old Mercedes-Benz convertible with a friend of mine. That was wonderful. It's exactly what the soul was requesting from me, so that was great. Anyway, like I said, it's been a month since I've done an episode, so I got a lot of catching up to do. I'm going to stagger these next couple of episodes over the next couple of weeks and do them sort of topic by topic about things that I did while I was in California. And hopefully you enjoy just seeing my perspective of being gone for so long and what it felt like to go back and see what America can still be. Not just seeing it on the news, not just seeing it on the internet, right now I get everything I see and hear about America just comes from, YouTube, social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that bullshit. So it was good to see it in person again, get to feel it, breathe that air, that free, sweet air of liberty. So yeah. I forgot to say, so if you can, please like and share and subscribe and all that nonsense. It helps. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know why. I don't know who is listening to this, but thank you very much. Every person that listens, it helps tremendously. And when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can do some new stuff with the YouTube channel that they allow me to do. So that's going to be nice. But yeah. Keep watching out over the next couple of weeks because I'm going to put together some pretty cool videos, stuff that I filmed while I was there, and I want to talk about different things. So today I'm just going to give a little overview, of kind of what I did, what happened while I was there. As everybody knows, the most unfortunate thing happened over the past week and a half. Another little flare up over in the Holy Land. It's not so nice. I have an affinity for Israel. People that know me know my point of view on the matter. Nothing I say is going to change anybody's mind because right now people are so set one way or the other. But all I got to say is that if you were condoning or supporting any sort of killing, maiming, hostage taking, you need to look yourself in the mirror and figure out what you stand for in life. Because I'm seeing people that otherwise like to think themselves as good people, moral people, upstanding citizens, are coming out in defense of some of the most evil things that I've seen happen in a long time. And it sickens me that people I know personally can somehow justify the evil acts that have been cast upon Israel and the Israeli people. It truly is saddening. So I'm going to do a whole episode about that, so I don't want to get too far into it at the moment. Yeah. So anyway, here we go. So it was almost the end of summer here in the Netherlands, and the Dutch fall, the Dutch winter, when it comes hard and fast. That's what she said, No, it does. It comes hard, and it starts raining. It gets cold really quick, and I knew it was coming. And I don't like that type of weather so much, so I thought, you know what, I just need to go somewhere one last time, get sunburnt, and enjoy the weather a little bit. And my favorite place in the world, hands down, is the Southwest Desert. I love it. It's held a very specific place in my heart for damn near 15 years. Long time ago, me and my brother, we tried to run away from our home and go out west to see what Hollywood could bring us, if it could bring us stardom. And unfortunately, it didn't. It beat us up, chewed us up, spit us back out, sent us on our way a lot more broken than we had came in. So I have my memories, some great, some not so great, of that place, of Los Angeles. And I thought I should go back there because, like I said, I got a friend that lives there, a very beautiful Dutch man. He's a sweetheart. He's one of the movers and shakers type fellas, so he knows all the fancy, swankiest places in LA to go to. It's not my vibe, but I enjoyed it. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing things that I would not normally do. But I wanted to go. I just wanted to see, because like I said, all I get in the news anymore is I get all these bullshit videos of people talking about how Los Angeles is a war zone, is a hellscape, tent cities and homeless people and drug addicts running around, pissing on each other. And granted, that is true. I did see a lot of homeless people and drug addicts pissing in places they probably shouldn't have been pissing. But that's all I see. I just see the worst of the worst, and I didn't quite believe it, so I needed to go see it for myself. I needed to make sure that, Beverly Hills was still 90210, and, West Hollywood was still colorful and vibrant. And truthfully, it was awesome. It was great. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I had a couple of intentions upon arriving. There was a couple things I wanted to see. The main thing was I wanted to drive out into the desert. Like I said, my friend, he has a very nice old convertible Mercedes Benz. I'll put some pictures up in the video. You can see it for yourself. But it was wonderful. Got to drive around that motherfucker all through the city. It made me feel fancy. I felt like David Duchovny in Californication. I mean, I was driving around. I thought I was the baddest thing on Skid Row. It made me feel great. But, it's just like everything else in Los Angeles. It was just living a lie. It was just living in the moment type of thing. It wasn't my car. It wasn't my place to be there, but I enjoyed it while I was. So, but a lot has changed. Like I said, last time I was there was not that many homeless people and drug addicts. Me and my brother, we had gone to Venice Beach when we got there, and it was It was a nice place. It was filled with people playing music, pretty girls, people singing, people out there dancing, doing break dancing, shit like that, making money, doing whatever skill they had. And it's changed a lot. Now you go out on Venice Beach and it really is. It's just a bunch of... all that stuff is still there, but it's also equally as depressing when you see the people that are out there just trying not to die. And that wasn't there when we went last time. So that was quite an eye-opener. And it wasn't as bad as I see on social media. I honestly expected to get stabbed. I thought somebody was just going to walk up and poke a couple holes in me. But it didn't happen. I never felt in danger. Of course I'm a big scary son of a bitch, but I never felt in danger. One thing I did see, so I have one of my favorite movies from when I was a youth, was White Man Can't Jump with Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson. Not that new bullshit. That new one sucks, but the real one. And they the main scenes in that movie, they're out there on the Venice Beach basketball courts doing their tournaments, hustling, scamming, making money. And I always, I loved that movie. It was quite a staple of my youth. And so I went out there and I got to see it. I sat on the bleachers for a little bit. The sun was going down. I could see the sun shining through the backboards, through the nets. I'll post a picture of that as well. You can have a look. It was beautiful. But just being there, seeing that, even through what that movie's damn near as old as me, so 33, 34 years old, that even over the past 3 decades, that some things do not change. They stay exactly, specifically the same. It's only the people and the everyday vibe that comes through and changes. So the structures are there, the canvas that is the beauty of Venice Beach is there. But that was a surreal moment sitting there watching that sunset over those basketball courts. It was great. It was nice, to see something that you grew up staring at and longing for right there in front of you. Unfortunately, as the movie says, white man cannot jump, and I made a fool of myself trying to touch the rim. Did not happen. Again, I'm 6'4", 6'5". I should be able to touch that rim. Unfortunately, I also have the vertical leap of, I don't even know. I can't. I jump shorter than a toddler. It's terrible. It's embarrassing, as a matter of fact. But I tried. I made a fool of myself. The black dudes laughed at me. And then one dude literally just ran up, and I think he might have jumped higher than me, like higher than my head, and just dunked as I was standing there in shame. I deserved it. But again, it was awesome. It was a great thing to see. And yeah, it is a damn shame that, a place so beautiful, because that is the end of the world. There's been many songs, poems written about that is the end of Western civilization. That's the end of the world. That's where the sun goes to, lay its head down for the evening. And it is a shame that such a beautiful place, a beautiful sunset, has now turned into a beach known for poverty and drug use, instead of what it used to be, which was a place of inspiration, of dreams, of creativity, of soul. So I hope it can turn itself around. The California people need to adjust their societal persuasions, if you know what I mean. They need to change some stuff up. But I hope it can change and get back to how it used to be. But yeah, that was nice. Then I got to, we went up to San Francisco. That was wonderful. Some of you know I'm the biggest San Francisco 49ers fan. Absolutely love them since I was a kid. And I always wanted to go see them play. Unfortunately, I never got to go to downtown San Francisco to Candlestick Park. That would have been unbelievably amazing. But I got to go finally, and luckily I got to go to the Dallas Cowboys game. I got to watch them beat up on the Cowboys, which the biggest rivalry for the 49ers. So that was great. Enjoyed it very much. I drank a lot of beers. Gave a lot of high fives. I hit on a lot of old ladies. As you'll come to find out, I got drunk and hit on a lot of old ladies in California. That seemed to be a reoccurring theme throughout my journey over the past 2 weeks. Old ladies deserve a little love too. There's nothing wrong with that. Give them a quick smile, let them go to sleep happy. Helps them. But anyway, the 49er game was wonderful. Just seeing everybody there for the same cause, same passion about a team, brought a lot of people together. I will say, like 90% Mexican, which was awesome because the party was amazing. Everybody was barbecuing. Everybody was drinking. It was great. It was absolutely great. And then, and then we hung out in LA a little bit. Went to another mecca of mine, the Comedy Store. I think anybody who listens to a little bit of comedy knows that is the mecca of comedy. I know Joe Rogan has moved everything to Texas the past couple years, but I think that still the Comedy Store is where it all started, where it all began, where it all is, and it was everything I thought it was gonna be, and even a little bit more. I'll go into details about what all we saw there when I do an episode about it specifically, but it was absolutely amazing. Couldn't have asked for a better time, and took my sweet Dutch man with me, and I think it was maybe his first show or not, but he enjoyed it as well. A little bit out of his. There's a lot of Europeans there out of their depth, and again, I'm going to tell you something hilarious in a future episode about stuff that went on there and with the Europeans. That was kind of funny. And what else did we do? Oh man, the food. Oh my God, the food. I've been sitting over here in the Netherlands for so long, dealing with the most mediocre and bullshit cuisine that you have ever laid your tongue on. And I went over there and I gained like 8 kilos. I gained about 20 pounds in a week and a half from just fucking eating. I'm starting to lose it back now. I got back. I had to cut back a little bit, go on a little bit of diet to try to get rid of it. But God, I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the best food I've had in so long, and it made me so happy. The best part was I'm rolling up in the 2 a.m., going down the street in a convertible. I see a bunch of Mexicans over there cooking up burritos and some tacos and like just doing the whole thing out in the parking lot of a CVS pharmacy. My God, it was a blessing. It was like a quartet of literal angels. That they were probably all named Angel. They was just out there saving the day, saving souls, one taco at a time. It was a blessing. And it was cheap. You go to they were cheap, but I did realize as well that the prices of things have gone so far up, and maybe it's inflation, maybe it's California, maybe it's Bidenomics, I don't know. But the prices of shit has gone so far up, it is outrageous. I'm talking, we was going out to eat, and it would be, $70 for a person just for like some normal food. Just for some normal food and some drinks. But luckily, we rolled up on these Mexicans cooking this amazing food. I cannot explain how amazing it was. But we rolled up on them cooking this food, and I think for like 2 big ass burritos, like 5 tacos, I think it was like $20. I mean, you can't beat that. In LA, like close to Venice, you can't beat that. And that's exactly what my soul needed at that moment, and they provided. So, and they were awesome. They were just sitting there drinking, chilling. It was definitely my vibe. I wish I could have that every night, but unfortunately here we don't have such luxuries. Closest we got is a bunch of angry Turks trying to scam you out of some kebab money. But no, it was great. It was great. I went up to drove around the Hollywood Hills, tried to see if I could find me some old cougars to adopt me for the week. Unfortunately, I failed in that mission, but next time. But the crux of the time I was there, we went on a 4-day road trip through the desert, which that was my main goal. Going to California is I wanted to go out. I wanted to drive around the desert and just get lost. I honestly wanted to break down somewhere way out in the middle of nowhere and just be lost. Because I think everybody right now in the world is a little bit lost. So if I kind of had it in my head, if I can intentionally lose myself, then it was only going to be me who would be able to find me again. So we drove through some of the most beautiful forests and deserts. I'm going to do a whole episode about that. I'm gonna make a little map and track it. I got a lot of videos and a lot of pictures about how things I saw that were beautiful along the way. But overall, it was great. You know, we drove about 8 hours a day, pretty much for like 4 days. Covered more than 1,000 miles. Went to Nevada, to Arizona. We gambled a little bit, won some money. Went to Lake Havasu. If anybody knows where that's at, it's an absolutely beautiful lake out in Arizona way. Partied all night with some old people at some biker bars and some country rodeo hoedown type places. Absolutely amazing. So much fun. Got kicked out of a couple bars, you know, hit on some goth girls. Did the whole thing. It was great. Ended up with drove through a bunch of reservations, which was especially important for me because I have, again, people personal to me, they know I have an affinity for reservations, for the Indian peoples, but I have an affinity for that environment. So I wanted to see it again. I used to live in Arizona next to a Indian reservation, so I had a lot of Indian friends. And actually, we should have went out there to that reservation, but we ended up not going that direction. I kind of regret it. But next time. There's always next time. But it was great. We drove around, and we ended up going to San Diego. And unfortunately, while we were in San Diego, can't have everything your way the whole time. So while we were there, I ended up having to watch the 49ers lose. I know y'all don't care about that, but it broke my heart. And I was in San Diego watching it happen, and it was I'd been to San Diego a couple times before, but that was the first time I'd ever been there completely sober and kind of aware of what was going on, aware of my surroundings. Absolutely beautiful city. Absolutely beautiful. I kind of one day I want to move there. Maybe it's if you've never been, please go. It's all the best parts of California without all the worst parts, if that makes sense. And we went out on a boat, big ass boat, aircraft carrier. It's called the USS Midway. That was wonderful. That was great. Got to see a bunch of like old world, like Korean War planes, World War II planes. That was absolutely great. Interesting as well. And I think a lot more people should do stuff like that because, you know, we forget the great achievements that America has made, and the great achievements that the American people have been a part of over the past 100 years, well, throughout our history. But I feel like the generations nowadays, they forget these things because they're so involved in themselves that they forget to look around and see all the things that have been built before us. So it's nice seeing that. And they had a lot of like old Navy seamen that were not seamen like men of the sea. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It wasn't like that. I know what they joke about the Navy, but it wasn't like that. But they had a bunch of old Navy seamen that were like 85, 90 years old that had served on that ship back in the 50s, and it was great listening to them talk, listening to them, reminisce about how it used to be when they were young men on that ship. So yeah, I implore anybody, go visit San Diego. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of naval history there. It's particularly interesting to me. And then every day in between, like I think I ate more burritos and tacos over the past week and a half, 2 weeks, than I've eaten in the past all of 2023. Just because I'm such a snob about my Mexican food that here I won't even eat it anymore because it's disappointing. Unless I cook it myself, everything here is disappointing. I have another episode, as a matter of fact, about how shitty the Mexican food in this country is. So go back and find that in the playlist. Give that a listen. It'll explain it all. But I think now that I had the chance, every day for lunch was damn near Mexican food, and then at night for dinner, switch it up a little bit. In the morning in the breakfast, then we had like some Denny's, some IHOP, some gravy and biscuits, some chicken fried steak. I had all the things I used to eat growing up, and it reminded me of why I used to be a little fat fuck. Growing up eating my grandma's cooking, it's like we was all fat. Now it makes sense because it's good, but it makes you fat. But the way I'm gonna do it is over the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to do like 2 episodes a week, and I'm gonna do an episode sort of about each thing that I was doing while I was there. I gotta do a lot of editing of some videos, of some interviews and whatnot. And once I get all that ready, I'll release it in time. So just keep watching, keep paying attention. Go on the Instagram and the Twitter. I'll be posting little things on there, letting everybody know what's happening. I'm trying to get my Patreon started up. So what I'm going to end up doing is, if anybody is interested, this channel, I'm going to try to keep a little bit kind of current events type of information. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the world. I'm going to talk about my perception of how the world is moving. I feel like everybody's got their opinion on world events every day, so might as well throw my hat in the ring, and I'll just give my view and my thoughts on how crazy this world is looking. But the Patreon I'm gonna set up, that's gonna be where I'm gonna talk my shit. All right, I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna be funny. I'm basically gonna crack jokes on anybody and everybody. I'm not gonna hold back. So if you are easily offended, probably you should not join the Patreon. And what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna make like the first 1,000, or I don't know, however many it lets me, like the first 500 or 1,000 Patreon subscribers. I'm gonna make it like, I think for like $1 or something a month, and then once those fill up, it'll go up to like $3 because they got like a schedule or a tiered level thing to it. But I don't know, I haven't actually figured it out yet, but I'm gonna have it set up in the next couple days. But I'll post about that too. But if you like funny shit talking and you don't get easily offended, please go join the Patreon, because that's where it's gonna happen. And yeah, you're always welcome. If you follow the channel, you're always welcome to message me. You're always welcome to send an email and give me some ideas for a topic. I'll probably talk about anything. If it's interesting, I'll talk about it. So reach out, get in touch. I got 2 interviews coming up, I think at the end of this month, or it might be the beginning of November. So I'll be looking out for that as well. And until I get everything edited, that's all I got for today. Thank you for joining. Miss you Miss talking. Miss everybody who watches. And let's get to 1,000 subscribers today. That will help out a lot. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Let us be aware that while they preach the supremacy of the state, declare its omnipotence over individual man, and predict its eventual domination of all peoples on the earth, they are the focus of evil in the modern world.
We will be able to work together, to play together, to struggle together, to go to jail.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
America will find you, and we will bring you to
We We
justice.
came, we saw, he died.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.